My grandfather was there when the Titanic sank. He shouted 3 times that it was going to sink until they finally kicked him out of the movie theater. That was a bit unfortunate. So learn all about film and literature when you come to study this program. Now I will give the floor to Ted to learn more about the program.
Hi, my name is Ted Teinemaa. I'm a lecturer in film studies and right now acting as a curator of a program called Literature, Visual Culture and Film Studies. So in this brief discussion I'm going to explain about the program and give some of the reasons why you would like to consider applying for the program. So the program actually grows out from a student's interests. So we saw that there is an increased interest in not only literature, but in different areas of audiovisual culture. And therefore, we decided that why we are teaching film, literature, and visual cultures in separate institutions and in separate universities. And perhaps it is time to try to bring them together and offer students a broad-based insight into these topics and also show, importantly, the interaction between these different disciplines. So therefore, it's a quite unique program. It's in collaboration between Tallinn University and Estonian Art Academy, which is another university situated here in Tallinn. And it's a joint program, and you will earn a joint degree afterwards. So in this short presentation, I will first offer some practical information, then talk about some of the reasons why you might be interested in the program. You can also hear about the course outline and teaching faculty, and I will finish with some information about the admission procedure. Okay, so firstly, the overview of the program. So this is a 2-year program. It costs 1,000 euros per semester, and it is really kind of full-time studies from Monday to Friday. It's academically quite a challenging course. It's a research-based program, so therefore we really encourage students to study foremost during their 2 years here in Tallinn, and try to avoid as much as possible working on the side, as this might kind of affect your studies. We also award some merit-based scholarships. So these are fee waivers, either partial or full fee waivers, depending on your study results. So these are not kind of set in stone that if you get them initially, you will end up getting them, but they are on kind of semester basis decided who kind of is the strongest student right now. So why choose the program? As already emphasized, this is an interdisciplinary program between literature, visual culture, and film studies. So it really brings these different disciplines together and kind of tries to tease out and explore the connections between these different disciplines. So they are not ever in isolation in our audiovisual media around us, but they are always interlinked. And so therefore this gives you really kind of not only wealth of knowledge, but in-depth knowledge into these different disciplines. And as said, it is strongly kind of met by student interest, and also the program is not set in stone, so we really take students' feedback seriously and have changed the different courses and make them always try to make them more fit for the students' requirements. So as stated, it is run in collaboration with Estonian Art Academy and Tallinn University. I myself are from Baltic Film, Media and Art School. So we have experts from different institutions, and therefore you really will be provided kind of insight and methodological and theoretical tools into these different disciplines. So another strong plus, and what we are really proud of, is our practical training. And even during these kind of perplexing times that we're experiencing right now, these practical trainings have held up quite well. So we, as there are like 3 pillars of visual culture, film studies, and literature studies in this program, so we have established connections and good working relationship with all the biggest festivals, of corresponding festivals, let's say. So the film festival is Black Nights Film Festival. It's an A-list film festival, so the only one in this region goes into the same list with Cannes and Carlo Vivari and so forth. And so the students have the opportunity there to be kind of a pre-committee, kind of select the films, some of the submissions, and act there. So this is something that Cannes and Venice do as well, and it has worked very well in our case as well. So then a big literature festival here in Estonia, Head Read, or Head Read. It's a kind of a play on word. So these, again, these festivals open opportunity for students to, talk to writers, write kind of blog pieces about them, about organizing the festival. And Estonia is small, and therefore you can get access to some really big names because they come to visit these festivals as guests. And then the art festival is usually Artichoke, but also we have good connections with kind of archival work. So as stated earlier, even during these kind of times that we are experiencing right now, people were still able to do their practice-based learning. Okay. So some other reasons. So we really have a very kind of broad and wide number of students from all around the world. I'm not going to name the countries, but really most continents are represented each year. And we feel that this kind of diversity really helps with the program as well, and the program's approach to kind of compare different cultures and then gain in-depth knowledge into kind of region-specific ways of understanding and consuming culture. So we have also really good extracurricular activities. So they're often kind of run or organized by students themselves. We have had several postgraduate conferences. Just a couple of days ago, we had a very topical conference dedicated to illness. So not just the ongoing pandemic, but the kind of the historical aspect of illness as well, how the perception has changed over the times. And this was accompanied by kind of online art exhibition. So this is a nice way to kind of explore ways of moving beyond the 4,000-word essay as well, which of course is the staple of our program, but also to bring some creativity into the program and try a different approach there. And the extracurricular activities are not only restricted to kind of conferences. We also have like field trips, museum visits, and there have been kind of excursions of exploring the post-Soviet architecture here in Tallinn and in Narva in different places. So a variety of different things. We try to also have a pub visit every now and then, and really kind of the students are treated as colleagues, and not there's no hierarchical difference, let's say, between the students and the professors. And it's a research-based program, of course. So while we do have we are open to kind of creative ideas, you will end with a traditional dissertation, and we are very proud of the fact that we have created a kind of a CAP, a research semester for researching and really putting, your exploring your interest and going in depth with a certain kind of local topic. So therefore, it of course opens, ample opportunities to continue your studies in academia on a PhD level if this is something that you are interested in doing or might consider. So already our alumni have gone to different universities around the world. Some of them are already teaching film and literature themselves. So I would say, yeah, it offers you a wealth of knowledge with a practical application. So we don't consider that humanities is just art for art's sake, but rather that it does give you good transferable skills, kind of analytical thinking, a wide kind of understanding of the world and its complexities. Okay, so you can see the course outline here. So as stated, it's a 2-year program. So during the first 3 semesters, so half a year each, you will take different courses. So these are usually kind of theoretical courses. I will show them as well. So you can see some of them. So quite broad-based theoretical courses that give you just these kind of basic tools to can then go into what you're really interested in researching. And then we can go back. As said, then one of the semester is designed for you to do research. Mostly you will only have the kind of the research seminar in order this to be not that kind of solitary experience, that you still have a chance to come together with others and discuss your ideas with your peers and professors. And also, we kind of encourage the students to pick the kind of the supervisor early on, even in the end of the 3rd semester, and start to think about the topic already during the summer break, and maybe even do some advanced initial research and reading. And this really is the result why our kind of graduation rate is so high, and the level of the dissertations has been very, very strong. So yeah, we have this kind of different key concept seminars, as you can see, into cultural analysis, into critical theory, visual culture. So these also provide the course and the program with the flexibility. So in different years, they can be topically different, from dystopia to to pandemics and so forth. So to nostalgia, memory, and topics like that. So that they can offer up-to-date and these things that the professors currently are really researching themselves, are really interested in. And then we have some of the things that the kind of their content remains largely the same, like film adaptation and narratology and film analysis, again offering these tools that you would need to orient in kind of our audiovisual media. Okay, and our academic stuff here is really kind of really the best there is in the field in Estonia. So Professor Eneken Laanes has just received a prestigious ERC grant. So this kind of supports my praise for my colleagues. Professor Andres Kurg from Estonian Art Academy, Professor Krista Kodres, another picture in black and white, is also from Art Academy. So looking at their, one is a researcher in Soviet history and architecture, and the other one, her interests go even further into kind of, even medieval and early kind of visual culture. So this is part of the program as well, that we think that this kind of interconnection and intertwining of different fields of culture is nothing new, but it has always been the case. As Eneken Laanes said in the introduction video, biblical text and mythological text have narratives have informed paintings, sculptures, and so forth. And so this has a long history of mixing different media. And then another picture there of a colleague of ours, a researcher, Piret Baker, who is part of another prestigious ERC grant at the moment. Okay, so on this slide you can see different career perspectives, of course, so kind of researcher, education, cultural journalism, cultural diplomatics, art curating, and literature studies. So there's a variety of different jobs or career paths that you could take outside academia. As said, of course, academic research and continuing your career in academia is a very kind of likely prospect. But also, as mentioned earlier, the transferable skills. So this, I think, is worthwhile emphasizing here, that even if you go entirely outside academia into a who knows what kind of a job, there is a good chance that this broad-based and in-depth education will guide you on the way. Okay, so how to join the program if this has sparked some interest? You will, we require from you a kind of a two-page research statement, so kind of your interest of what is that you're interested in, what you would like to study here, in particular, in addition to the classes that you are required to take. So this doesn't have to be your kind of MA or master's thesis topic yet, but you know, of course, you can change it during the program, but this is something for us to kind of familiarize with your interest. Then a writing sample can be an essay from your bachelor's program, or you know, part of the dissertation there, a chapter, so we can see what kind of research you have done before. And then if based on these requirements, your language skill in English, as I said, it's an English-based program. So then if you're eligible, you will be invited to an interview, either via Zoom, Skype, or physically, depending on where you are located. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. I hope to see you in the program. If you have any questions, the Q&A will follow shortly.